handmade album base with chipboard pages covered with fabric and with a chipboard cover covered with anything you want. Let's create it together. Today in this video I will show you step by step my way of making this album base. Hello, it's Emilia. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you are here. Let's create together. I will start by cutting my pages. I will have 4 pages in this, 2 pages in this album, but I need 4. 2 to connect with the covers and 2 pages that will be inside. I use chipboard and my pages are 5 by 7.5 inches, which is 12.5 by 19 centimeters. Doesn't matter what size you will decide to have your album. I will give you lots of tips in this video on how to calculate the measurements, how to adjust them to what your page size is, how to calculate what the cover and the spine piece I need for the size of my page. I usually start with the size of the page. I don't know if it's a good or bad technique, but this is the way I'm creating these albums and that's what I'm sharing with you today. Of course, it may be not the best way. Feel free to, experiment and maybe change some things, but this works for me and I thought I will share that with you. The edges of the album pages are covered with fabric, that's why I took a fabric, cut it into strips, and now I will cover the both sides of the page on the edges, focusing on 3 sides. On the 4th side I will only have a small piece of fabric because my fabric wasn't long enough to go all around, but this is what is the most important, that you have 3 sides and then a little bit on the 4th side. In the corners I will push the fabric with my nails, wait few minutes for it to really stick, and then I will cut off the excess of the fabric, and if I need to add a little bit more glue, I will add it so the corners will look nice and neat. To make sure that the fabric will adhere properly to my page, I'm going to use chipboard pieces on both sides and the metal clips to hold it and leave it like that for few minutes, an hour, and then I will continue with the album. I will use these pieces of chipboard and the clips on almost every step, so it's okay. It's good to have them just somewhere near when you're creating, and I repeat the process for all 4 pages. Now we need to connect the pages with the binding system. I don't know how you call it. For that I will use a A4 card. I will trim it, but please check if your card is large enough so you can place both pages on the card and also have a room for a gap between the pages. For 4 cards we need 3 connecting pages, all the same size. After scoring I'm going to fold it and then I will start adhering page to the paper. So now I'm using glue to adhere the paper to the page. You can use a combination of a glue and the tape. If you have your favorite glue, that's great. I'm using just Tacky glue. It works really well. I always wait after each step few minutes with the clips on for glue to dry properly, to give it a time. Do not rush, because then you can have some bubbles or your just album will not be as neat as it can be. We have 2 pair of pages now and I'm going to connect them with the third connecting paper, and this will be it for the base of the pages. I hope this is clear what I'm doing. If you will have any questions, please let me know in the comment below the video, but I tried to make it not speeding up so much so you can see exactly how to work with this kind of album base. And I hope this video will inspire you to create your own. Maybe it's not the fastest process, but the base look really lovely, and I'm sure when I will decorate it, it will be just gorgeous. I'm going now to create the cover, so I need to know what size is my spine. I usually measure the width of the pages and then add 1 centimeter to the measurement, which is equal to 1/16 of an inch. Doesn't matter what size of the gaps between the pages you will have, I usually add that 1 centimeter to the total width of my spine. Before creating the cover, one last step is to cover the spine with the piece of cotton or piece of fabric. This is very thin cotton, some off-cut, and I fold it on the top because the top will be visible, as our spine of the cover will not be connected with the spine of the book itself. So you will see later what I mean, but I'm applying this cotton just to give this spine a better finish, and also to make it sure, because the pages are connected with the paper, when you apply the fabric on top, it's stronger, more flexible, and then I will know that it will last for years. I do the middle first and then I do the sides. Later I will also tidy up everything. I prefer usually to cut a bit of more of fabric than I need, and then just to, when everything is okay, just to trim it here and there whenever I need. This is how I work. It may be totally different for you. You may want to measure exactly everything. I cannot do that. So I prefer to do something and then tidy up so it looks really nice. So my spine is width of the spine of the book plus 1 inch on each side. Between this 1 inch I will score the paper on every gap on the scoring board, and I'm using watercolor paper 300 GSM. It's a thick paper and it's strong, and I'm sure that this will be good for the cover. So this 1 inch score, it's where I'm going to attach the covers. Covers are slightly larger than the pages, and I'm using the same chipboard for the covers as I used for the pages. This cover will also have a lining. This is totally optional. I wanted it to be slightly softer than the other one. The other cover was, the first album I showed you was covered with the linen paper, the canvas, and this cover will be covered with the with the clothing fabric. Well, I used some second-hand trousers I bought. They were huge. I bought them just for the fabric, as they were not expensive, and I used them for mini albums as well. And I'm going to use them here just to show you that you can use something you probably already have in your house, maybe some clothes that doesn't fit you anymore, or maybe they have some stains. You can totally recycle the fabrics this way and create the albums with them. So I have one of the legs trimmed to the size of my cover. With the corners, I would leave more room between the corner of the cover and for the fabric. With the paper, I would maybe go slightly closer to the corners, but when I'm using fabric, I prefer to have more fabric near the corners. Sorry. Anyway, I'm not adhering the cover on the other side. I should mention it here. Probably you'll be able to see. I'm only adhering the fabric inside of my cover, and this is again optional. You can adhere it to the lining if you want. I prefer not to do it because the glue or the tape can leave some impression or the glue can leave some stains, so I try not to do it. I will add a little bit more glue in the corners, and with the fabric you need to be very patient because you just need to hold and wait for few seconds, much longer than with the paper, for glue to work. Of course, you could use the fabric glue. I don't really use it, so I cannot tell you if it's good or not. I use the Tacky glue the same as I use for everything else in this album. And here we are at the last step of the creating the album base, is to connect our pages with the cover. And here I will only adhere the page to the cover, not adhering the spine at all. There will be a gap between the spine of the book and the spine of the cover. I hope this is clear. You will see in the second. So I'm applying the tape and the glue for the cover. The tape is for a quick hold, and then the glue, so I know it will be stuck properly. This is a tricky step and you need to do it slowly. We need a edge of the first page even with the edge of the where the cover ends and the spine starting. When you are sure that your page is in a good position, you can add these chipboard pieces and the clips and leave it for an hour or two for it to dry really well. And then after the first one, I will adhere the second one. Just try to do it slowly and you will be fine. And even if you need to reposition, it's still okay, as when the glue is wet, you can do it with no problem. I would leave it for some time to dry, and then after an hour or two you can remove everything. Your album base is ready. I think it looks really lovely. I hope this video will inspire you to try. Maybe for the first time it can be challenging, but the result is just really pretty. Let me know, what do you think? Do you find this video useful? And if you will try creating an album base following that tutorial, please tag me on social media. Now I'm off to do the pages and decorating the album. I will show you short videos, so check the shorts as well. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for your support. Have a lovely creative day. Bye bye!